Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
It's summertime, and a recent AAA Consumer Pulse survey said 2/3 of Floridians plan to take a summer vacation this year, and that's an increase of 8,000 from last year. 48% say they'll spend about 1,000 or less on a vacation of 4 days. The remaining Floridians will spend up to $3,000. Don't forget, 49% of vacationing Floridians prefer to drive their car or truck. If you plan to trade in your car for a newer used car before you hit the road for that summer vacation, consider this. Last year, 2.7 million used cars were for sale online with safety recalls that were never fixed. California, Florida, and Texas lead the nation with the most used cars for sale with open recalls. A new study from Carfax reveals auto owners choose to ignore auto recalls, which threatens the safety of consumers and the public. Many car buyers are unaware that a recall exists, increasing safety risks for passengers and other drivers on the road. Larry Gamache is Communications Director for Carfax and a used car history consumer expert. Good morning, Larry.
Good morning, Rosalie. Thank you very much.
So, Larry, how many recalls were issued in the state of Florida?
Well, a recent study by Carfax has shown that last year over 119,000 cars were offered for sale in the state of Florida with open recalls.
So why are car owners ignoring these recalls?
Well, many people are just busy, and that's why Carfax has launched a campaign to educate consumers about their need to do their part in helping to close these. The manufacturers of vehicles and the dealers that sell them are all ready to take care of these open recalls. Consumers just need to be aware, and that's why we've made available free of charge, in partnership with the original equipment manufacturers, the auto manufacturers, open recall information at recall.carfax.com.
How can car owners and sellers improve public safety?
Most manufacturers and the dealers will actually repair these recalls for free. All you have to do is go to recall.carfax.com, enter your 17-digit vehicle identification number, and we'll let you know if the manufacturer's issued a recall. All you have to do is take your car to that manufacturer's dealerships and they'll fix that open recall for you. Well, open recalls do lead to problems. Recalls have been in the news all over the United States these past few years, and they can cause significant challenges for people driving them, including safety and mechanical problems, and the cost of associated repairs. It's really important that we as consumers do our part to get educated about the recalls that have been issued on our vehicles and get them repaired. It doesn't only put ourselves at risk, but it puts everybody on the highway next to us at risk as well. We really do have a responsibility to keep our vehicles in tip-top shape, getting them properly serviced and maintained, and paying attention to open recalls. It's part of what being a good citizen is about.
Thanks, Larry, for your consumer safety tips for a safe summer drive. It's the time to plan your family vacation right here in Florida. One challenge we all have is to make your vacation a special getaway that each of your family members will remember for years. Here with us today is our two family vacation experts, Laura Jadon, adventure seeker with an exciting plan to find fun and excitement, and Jill Martin, kid wrangler and family vacation writer, both joining us from the beautiful Casa Yabel Resort on Sanibel Island. Good morning, Lauren and Jill.
Good morning.
Florida families on a budget realize the best way to see the state is on a road trip. So what do you ladies suggest that can be a great experience that's active, fun, and inexpensive?
Well, there's lots going on around Florida this summer that's definitely budget friendly as well. And right on the visitflorida.com website, right on the homepage, you'll find a hot deals button. And I love to send families there because that'll show you the latest, greatest deals, current offerings all over the state, so you can find exactly what you seek. And there's lots of other free things going on all summer too, right, Lauren?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I was going to say about the little hot deals button, you can put in a specific destination, and if you are looking just for accommodations or just maybe you already have a place to stay but you want to find deals on attractions, you can filter that so you can get exactly the information you want to need in a really concise form. But yeah, there's all kinds of really budget-friendly things you can do that are very low cost or free. Well, like a turtle walk, you can go on a night turtle walk. 90% of all the turtle nesting in the United States happens in Florida. You know, generally it's under $10 or it's free. So and I think it's one of the best things you can possibly
Pensacola has all those free concerts going on all summer as well.
That Pensacola has free concerts. They have the Naval Aviation Museum, which is just incredible. That's free admission. To go to the forts there, like Fort Broncos, that's totally free. You can watch the Blue Angels, which is the famous naval aviation demonstration team, practice for free.
And you know what's really
all
cool?
Summer.
Do that at the top of the Pensacola Lighthouse for a really special experience.
So how about taking advantage of those Florida resident discounts?
Oh, there's always Florida resident discounts. I would recommend going to the particular websites. Like if you're interested in going to Walt Disney World and seeing what their specials are for the summer, because those rates seem to change a lot. But there's I think every resort in Florida is going to offer Florida resident rates, and they're usually about 20% on average.
Again, on visitflorida.com, you can go to that hot deals page, and you can filter it by Florida residents.
There is, yeah, Florida resident
So you
button.
can just do it that way. Just click one button, and you'll get all the specials for in-state residents.
Yeah, take advantage of being a Florida resident this summer.
Absolutely, it's a good thing.
School's out and kids are home and antsy. Former Baywatch star Kelly Packard knows all about summer fun. She's now a mom of 3, navigating summer vacations, barbecues, playgrounds, and family get-togethers. So Kelly, share with us how your family is planning a special summer fun vacation.
We made a calendar, actually it's on our wall, and we have a list of things that we want to do, places we want to go, people we want to see, and of course I'm going to remember to bring my digital camera so I can capture those memories. And then I thought it would be fun to have them put the memories in a scrapbook of all their adventures.
How can we make summer memories delicious and fun?
I am teaching my kids early that it is okay to stay home. You do not have to go places to have a good time, spend money. It's just not necessary. My favorite thing to do is have family and friends over and barbecue or have a picnic. I love that. And so do my kids because they love to play with all their friends. And I've been researching things that kind of might make that easier, and I found a few things. Bic actually has a couple products to make my life easier. One of which is this flame disc, and it's perfect because we love to camp. We love to do tailgating at games and things like that, and it's a perfect alternative for that messy charcoal. It's really, really easy to use.
What creative ideas are exciting that we can do in our own backyard?
There are so many ways to do that. There's so many games that we forget about. You know, the games that we played as kids, stickball, hide and go seek is my kids' favorite game. And it's even more fun when it's played outside. If it's really hot like it is in Florida, you can play water games, water balloon toss, and just get each other with the hose or set up the hose in the middle of the yard. There's so much that you can do. You just kind of have to be creative. And it's free. It's at home. You don't have to spend any money.
Florida Independent Living Council's members are appointed by the governor, working together with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation and Blind Services in a united effort to break down the barriers of everyday life.
Some people struggle with their mortgage payments. They become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
So you're looking for a unique local summer experience to bring the family? Well, try sampling a meal from a Culinary World food truck. No, there's no stale donuts and Franks. It's gourmet fare on paper plates. Chef Josh Henderson is part of a new generation of chefs making gourmet meals on wheels and testing it out in their own community. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning.
You're out creating awareness of the National Street Eats movement. So what's your inspiration?
Well, I think that, a great example is just how we started back in 2007. We were really focused on doing farm-to-table food as much as possible, and this recipe here is a pretty good example of where we started. And it's also a good example of young chefs being able to get involved at a little bit easier level and a little bit less expensively. This is a great way for them to sort of show their craft.
So, Chef, what's cooking in your kitchen today?
We have a version of poutine, and poutine is a French-Canadian version of basically gravy and cheddar cheese fries. And so we've taken this, we start with some vegetables, which is some onions and carrots and celery, a little bit of canola oil, and that's one of the aspects of what makes this a little bit different is we use canola oil. Typically in most versions of poutine you'd use beef drippings, you'd use cheese curds, we use cheddar cheese and Parmesan, and we use canola oil. Canola is great just because it enables us to have a little bit more cleaner flavor. It's definitely a healthier oil to use. So we start out there with our vegetables. That's the base of our gravy. Next thing we have, once you end up with your gravy, you got your gravy really hot, so you get that going. You've got your fries. The fries are kind of the crispy fries are key. You want nice golden brown fries. A little bit of herbs, a little bit of cheddar cheese, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then just sort of toss that all around. You want to make sure it's warm because you want kind of that gooey, kind of cheesy fry that makes poutine so delicious.
So how do you engage the community when you pull up on your wheels from your food truck?
We try and remain authentic and keep it so that people see our bumps and bruises as well as what we do well. And so they're along for the ride every step of the way. So it's, I think, people feel a part of what we do. So they're not just customers, they're fans, and they're kind of part of the Skillet Nation. And that's something that we try and cultivate and keep going every day.
So where can we go for more information and recipes just like you showed us?
We gathered a bunch of recipes from chefs from across the country, from Austin to Chicago to New York. Anything from a roasted beet salad to the poutine that we do to a kale salad that we also have. You can go to canolainfo.org and find all these recipes from street food chefs from around the country.
Ladies, summer's a great time to get your health in order. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Women's Health brings together communities, businesses, government, health organizations, and other groups to promote healthy, strong women, nurturing healthy, strong children. Dr. Regina Raj is joining us this morning with simple tips to improve women's physical and mental well-being, so we all have a great summer. Good morning, Dr. Raj.
Good morning.
Summer's a great time to introduce more activities and exercise for you and your children to play together.
Well, I think the first place to start really is with their doctors, their primary care physicians, because, being in good health is really a partnership with your doctor, making sure you get the appropriate checkups and screening tests, but also making sure you have, a good exercise regimen and a healthy diet, and your doctor can help you with all of these.
Women are the nurturers of our family, but sometimes we fail to make our own health our top priority.
Absolutely. Exercise is key to maintaining good health. We're learning so much about the benefits of exercise, not only for preventing heart disease, but even things like cancer or dementia. So you really want to get into a daily exercise regimen.
Eating veggies is a great summer snack for all of our family to eat.
Absolutely. Nutrition is so vital for women's health, and a recent study showed that 1 out of 3 American adults do not fulfill their nutritional needs. So you really want to fill in those nutritional gaps, and healthy snacks are a great way to do that because women are so busy. We're taking care of so many things. We don't often have time to prepare a nutritional meal.
So where can we get more health tips for women on the go?
Absolutely. You can go to newstoKnow.com. That's the number 2, and you'll learn a lot more about women's health.
Thanks, Dr. Raj.
Thank you.
For cancer survivors, every day is a blessing with or without a vacation. Melinda Marchionne is a pediatric cancer survivor and author of the award-winning book, Grace, A Child's Intimate Journey Throughout Cancer and Recovery. And Dr. Lilian Meacham is one of the nation's leading childhood cancer specialists, both joining us this morning. Dr. Meacham, the National Cancer Survivors Day Foundation supports hundreds of hospitals, support groups, and other cancer-related organizations. So what events are happening right here in Florida?
Well, National Cancer Survivor Week and National Cancer Survivor Day is meant to bring focus on cancer survivors and survivorship care. And I think that in bringing focus on survivorship, we're looking to raise research dollars, of course, and to fund those, to put those research dollars back into hospitals where research is going on.
Melinda, tell us about your book.
Well, I began writing my book when I was 14 and recovering from Hodgkin lymphoma. I originally just wrote for myself. I've always loved to write. And then I realized that I had a story to tell and a story to share, and I wanted it to be out there and hopefully help other people going through the same thing. And Cancer Survivors Day is important to me personally because I'm a 4-year survivor now of Hodgkin lymphoma, but also it's really a celebration of life and those who have come through the battle.
In your book, Melinda, you refer to the happy side of cancer. So what's happy about cancer?
Well, cancer is very tragic, but there are many, many beautiful moments that happen during cancer. It brings out giving and love and compassion in a lot of people and a lot of organizations too, like AFLAC. They've raised $75 million for research and counting. So it's organizations like that that are an example of that happy side of cancer.
Dr. Meacham, there can be long-term effects from cancer treatment. What advances are being made that help kids thrive after surviving cancer?
Wow, I really like that you mentioned that, thriving and not just surviving. So I do think that that is key in what we do in survivorship. But I think that when you look at what kind of advances are being made, they're being made across the board. They're being made through research dollars to develop better treatments, treatments that give us just as high cure rates but with less late effects. And that's through research like here at the AFLAC Cancer Center in innovative therapy. It's also done through research that's done in cooperations with cancer centers throughout the country, like those in Florida, with Georgia, with California, where Melinda's from. But we all work together to try those new therapies to see whether treatment A is better than treatment B. That's how we've made the great advances to go from a 40% cure rate to a greater than 80% cure rate. And lastly, now that we have all these wonderful survivors like Melinda, we are really working to understand late effects, why they happen, how we can prevent them, and if they do happen, how we can treat them so that survivors can be healthy, robust, and have wonderful quality of life, like Melinda.
So what can our viewers do to help?
Donated funds go into research programs, as we mentioned, both in the design of drugs and in survivorship and in clinical care. If people want to make a donation and be part of this team that's fighting cancer, helping these kids win the war, they can be given to aflaccancercenter.org.
Melinda, if you were to tell viewers one thing that they could hold on to, what would that be?
I would say just stay strong, and it seems like it's never going to end, but it does end, and you need to really take each moment by moment, and really just find the positive in that moment. And like I said earlier, there are a lot of beautiful moments that happen, and you can't let your cancer distract you from those moments.
Welcome to Fogel's.
Beautiful, isn't it?
You expect options everywhere else. Why not with your medical treatment? Talk with your doctor to explore all your options and find what's right for you. Visit ahrq.gov.
Now, come on. All right, I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still, love. 1 second, I know. Just I know. Okay, go, go, go. No. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Obesity affects more than 93 million Americans. It's the biggest public health threat, which increases the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, some types of cancer, sleep apnea, and much more. Dr. Stephen Smith of the Florida Hospital Sanford Burnham Translational Research Institute and Joe Nadglowski, President and CEO of the Obesity Action Coalition, join us this morning to discuss 5 to Live Light, a national obesity awareness campaign. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good to be here.
Dr. Smith, why is obesity such a growing public health threat?
Yeah, so it is a big problem, and we don't understand all the causes of obesity, but we do know that the environment plays a role, genetics plays a role, and we also make choices every day in our life, and that's really part of our discussion today, is about helping people understand weight loss and how much weight loss is good for our health.
Mr. Nadglowski, what is the objective of the Obesity Action Coalition?
The Obesity Action Coalition is a nonprofit organization actually based in Tampa, Florida, that was created to help those who are ready to address their weight, let them know what their options are, and actually represent them in advocacy issues. And our main goal today is to let people know that modest weight loss can and does have a health benefit, a significant health benefit. And in fact, less than, or just about 5% weight loss improves health. And that's why we have the Take 5 to Live Light campaign.
Your organizations are in Orlando and Tampa. How are you both working together?
So one of the key things we're doing together is we're working on this program called the LITE study, which is actually a study that is looking at an investigational medication combined with behavior modification that hopefully will help people lose that 5% of weight. And people can learn more about that by visiting litestudy.com.
Dr. Smith, how long will it take for a participant to benefit from this program?
Well, men who are over the age of 45, women who are over the age of 50, who've already had a complication of obesity like diabetes or a heart attack or other cardiovascular complication, with the goal of trying to understand the safety and effectiveness of this comprehensive approach to prevent further problems.
Mr. Nadglowski, is obesity behavioral or genetic?
It's a combination of factors, actually. I think what we do understand about obesity is that behavior, environment, genetics, biology all play a role, but we don't understand completely how all of those interact. So we don't understand why some family members are affected by obesity and others are not. And that's one of the things, obviously, as we look at study results and we do evidence-based medicine and look at clinical studies, that we're hoping to be able to determine more information about why we see such diversity when it comes to obesity.
Recently, there has been clinical evidence that obesity can result in specific cancers. What cancers are those?
Yeah, so the main cancers that have been associated with obesity are breast cancer and colon cancer. These are the two biggies. And also prostate cancer has been linked as well. And what we're trying to understand really in the field as a whole is how that happens. We don't understand the science behind that. And there's a lot of work going on towards that right now. What we do know is that there's good reason to believe that reducing body weight can help many of the health consequences of obesity improve or even be prevented in the case of diabetes.
To get more information on this study in Florida, go to litestudy.com. We all need a vacation to recharge our batteries and stave off depression and a host of other illnesses. But if you can't afford a vacation, consider planning a unique family experience that's local. Make sure your car is recall-free to ensure a safe trip for all. And don't forget to take the time to visit your doctor to make sure your health is in tip-top shape as well. Caring for ourselves will result in our family having a more quality time together to enjoy our beautiful Florida beaches and great food on every corner. Hope you enjoyed today's resources and utilize the tips our experts brought you. Like us on Facebook and visit us on YouTube. See you next week. Will the solutions to this show's issues help you or a loved one? Find shows like this and others on our website at roselyarchershow.com.
Thank you.